Welcome back to the channel, everyone. You join us here on Friday afternoon for another episode of the Ros-Albastrii. We move on to episode 3 today of the 4th season, and we're going to be playing vicious rivals Dinamo Bucuresti in the league. Now, in our last episode, we played Man City in the Champions League group stages. We were 2-0 up at half time. Going into the second half, they pulled a goal back courtesy of a dubious offside goal. They managed to get a great free kick in the last stage of the game to make it 2-2, and we got a first point of the Champions League campaign. If you haven't seen it already, do check that out. It's the previous video. I'll leave a link in the description down below. But today, as I say, we are going to be playing Dinamo Bucuresti in the league. Now, let's get into today's episode. So into today's episode then, where we play Dinamo Bucharest in this Liga 1 clash. Now, Bucuresti favourite Mirel Radoi has singled out poacher Robert Moldovanu as a player to watch out for in our forthcoming game. Now, Moldovanu has done really well against us in previous games. Have a quick look at him here. As you can see, he's developing quite well. He's only valued at 1.4 million now. I think if he went to someone in the Premier League, for example, he'd be valued at a hell of a lot more than this. I think he's a really good striking prospect. He's scored 8 in 7 so far for Dinamo Bucharest this campaign. Let's have a look at his previous campaigns. Now, he's got almost into around 20 goals last season. It's a really good return that for Dinamo Bucharest, considering they had quite a bad season last season. They finished quite a way down the league table. Now, he's going to be a very difficult prospect to keep an eye on in this game. Jurasevich has failed the fitness test, so we're going into today's game. Now, he currently sits second, a point behind us, so we must win this game today. And I'll accept nothing more than that. So Jurasevich is going to have to come out. We're going to look at playing possibly Rick Baldwin, or do we play Christian Akusa? We'll go with Rick Baldwin to start with. We can always switch things around. Now, obviously, we've got to bring in the young guy, Marian Lucha. Now, he can go over there as the ball-to-box midfielder. Muniru can switch across into the Vlad Archie ball-winning midfielder role. We're going to play Romario Bensar again, although I was tempted to play Bryce Didge JJ in that role. Mario Bensar was quite crap in that last game. Do you know what? We're going to do that. We're going to bring in Bryce Didge JJ. Mario Bensar can be on the bench for this game. Masuaka, Kojikaru, Tosca, Stevens, Omaruo, Luca, Muniru, Baldwin, Gribben and Keane will start the game for us. So let's get into today's game. Now, they've got us at 4-5 favourites here to beat Dinamo Bucharest. 3-1 for Bucharest. Dorin, Rotaru and Oriel Chitu will be big misses today for Dinamo Bucharest. I'm hoping we're not going to bother with any instructions this time around. We're going to go out there and we're going to tell them to go out there and impress me. I'm going to say that we have the faith, bit of George Michael, and we're going to get into today's game. Now, I'm going to keep this on key rather than extended, just because obviously we want to try and get through as many games as we can in as little time as possible, because I'm aware that this series has dragged on a little bit. Will Keane out. Moldovanu has the ball. Stevens with a good tackle now. Stevens plays the ball to Rick Baldwin, and that is the end of that highlight. A minute or so gone into the game, and so far it is 0-0. So we've got a highlight here down this left flank, and it is Omaruo now to Moldovanu. Now, Moldovanu manages to steal the ball back, and he's launching a counter-attack here, but good tackle there from Arthur Masuaka, who finds Jack Stevens to Will Keane. Will Keane now plays into Muniru, who finds Masuaka, who gets behind the back line, and Masuaka takes a shot, but he pulls it just wide of the far post, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. A small respite here for Dinamo Bucharest. We probably should have put that in the goal. We've got a corner here, and Gruen plays the ball in towards Keane. Tosca on the back post manages to get a head on it, but hits the side netting, and another goal kick for Dinamo Bucharest. Now, Bucharest have a chance to attack here, and it's Robert Moldovanu who finds Anton. Kevin down the left flank gets the ball into Dedea, but a great save there from Valentin Kojikaru. Manages to palm the ball around the post, and they've got a corner which Kevin takes. Stevens gets a head on it, and Gribben now has a chance to launch a solo counter-attack, and Gribben, he's only got one man to beat, but finds Will Keane in space, and Keane makes no mistake, puts the ball in the back of the net, and Stoa Bucharest take a 1-0 lead here. Half an hour gone. Will Keane adds his second goal of the domestic season. Lovely incisive breakaway from Callum Gribben, who plays the ball into the path of Will Keane, who uses his right foot to side foot it past Gomez into the back of the net, and Stoa Bucharest take the lead here away from home, although the game is being played at the National Arena, so it is technically a home game. But yeah, who cares? We're winning. It's 1-0. Let's come back for the next highlight. So we've got the next highlight, and Kevin now on that back flank. Dudea hits the post, and Omaruo puts the ball out for a corner. Almost a straight fight back there from Dinamo Bucharest now. Kevin on the back post. Mahalangu Gribin manages to get the ball away. Ball goes real. They're really putting it on here, Dinamo Bucharest. Just on the stroke of half time now. Just going to tell these lads that today is all about the supporters, but we're not going to do that. We're going to tell them that things are going well, but we know they're capable of even better. And that seems to have had quite a decent effect here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring off Rick Boldrin. I'm going to bring on George Puskas, who we've brought in. He hasn't really featured for us so far, just because he doesn't really fit into what we're trying to do here at the moment. Masuaka now, Moldovano gets behind one, sidesteps. Oh, lovely ball there, and Drame hits the post. How did he miss that? How did Drame miss that? It'd have been easier to score, and he manages to miss. Unbelievable scenes. Now Pushkas, we're going to bring him in here in a deep line forward. We're just going to try something a little bit different. Lozano, the ball goes out for a goal kick. 50 minutes gone, we lead 1-0. Things are looking good at the moment. We've got Marian Lucha in the side this time. Masuaka picks up a yellow card. Now we're just going to take this opportunity now to bring on a player, and we're going to bring on Vlad Archin for Miniru, who's picked up a yellow card. Now we don't really want to get any reds in this game, so we're going to try and alleviate any threats of that. So we've got Hanka now with the throw to Chevy to Anton, Mahalangu to Chevy, Nespor. Drame tries to get behind Dejajele, doesn't manage it. Moldovano picks the ball up now, plays the ball out to Hanka. Stevens heads it away. Ball falls to Anton. They're really putting it on us here in this second half. Dinamo Bucharest. Kevin, Drame in space. He's got two in the box. He's going to find them. Oh, and Chevy on the back post manages to lose his marker. And Chevy manages to equal the score in here with the equaliser. Great ball that from Drame, who gets away from his marker. Right on the back post. What is Masuaka doing? Loses his man on the back post. Kojakawa goes up for it, misses it, and Chevy on the back post. Oh, all he has to do is let it hit his head. And we're going to aggressively tell these lads now to push forward, because this isn't good enough. We should be beating the likes of these guys, and we're going to bring off Callum Gribben, who hasn't really done anything for us in this game. Andre Ivan can come on, see if we can bring anything into it. We've only got a few minutes of this game left now. It looks like it could be a 1-1 draw, our third consecutive draw in a row. Bit disappointing that. We seem to be playing well early doors, and we seem to be giving it away. We're going to have to address that. And that is it, guys. 1-1 here today at the National Arena. And it just seems to be, they just seem to be stealing things. They just seem to be stealing things. The last game, for example, Man City, they got that brilliant free kick. I mean, fair enough, that was a goal, but the other one, it was potentially offside, and now that one there, just let them get away with it. But yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. That was a bit of a gutting finish to that, really, considering how well we've started the season. We've now picked up 3 draws in a row. May have to look at adjusting a few things. We'll be back on Saturday morning, which is tomorrow, with the game against Juventus. We're also going to play Gaz Matama-Diaz and FC Voluntari off camera. Come back for the game against Juventus tomorrow morning. That will be up at 11 o'clock. But for today, guys, we're out of time. Leave a like on the video down below if you've enjoyed this episode, and if you enjoyed the series as a whole. Share it around social media if you can, to friends and stuff. Get more people involved. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But for today, guys, enjoy the rest of your Friday afternoon.